Hi, my name's Kris Gethin. I'm the author of The Guide to Your Best Body, trainer of Hrithik Roshan and Mahesh Babu, and I'm also a contributor for Health India, and thank you very much for having me. Just to follow on, thank you very much for your patience for waiting around here. As discussed, I was in a slight accident on the way here, so it was totally out of my hands. And I can just, I just want to thank you very much for holding on and waiting out for us here. And again, thank you very much, Rahul, and Simon & Schuster for bringing this publication to India. So how this book came about was obviously, we've used various of the strategies within the publications to help with Hrithik's transformation. Fortunately, he's a very, very easy student to work with. But within the book, the focus, of course, you have your training program, you have your nutrition plan, your supplementation plan, but the book is very, very much focused on motivation, various forms of motivation on how to, basically create a support group within either your immediate following, family, or maybe online to help you be accountable to your goals, to give people to be transparent to with those goals, and, to progress those goals not just by yourself, but with a group of support. So, basically we did a lot of studies with thousands and thousands of people online, and some of those people are actually featured within the publication. So we do have people that have gone from extreme measures, such as an anorexic, to a world champion eater, and we just wanted to find out what was that tipping point to allow someone go from A to B, and this is exactly what has transpired within this publication, which has done extremely well, and I'm extremely proud of, and obviously very proud to have here in India today. Thank you.
Hi Chris, first of all congratulations on your new book.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I'd first like to ask you, what did you do to transform Hrithik's body? How did you transform his body?
How long have you got? Obviously, there's a lot of intricate details here, but the basis was we had to increase his meals from his standard 3 to like 8 meals per day because we were being so active. But the main thing that we really had to focus on physically was his injuries. He had slipped a couple of discs, he had chondromyalgia in his knee, so we had to work around that with a lot of CrossFit, a lot of functional training, and basically the transformation that you saw within the 10 weeks from those before and after pictures was basically a byproduct of the dedication towards that rehab work and the consistency. He's a very easy person for me to work with. It's no coincidence that he is at the top of his game within Bollywood because the guy gives 110% commitment into absolutely everything that he does.
Right. So your book has, it mentions a 12-week revolutionary plan.
Yes.
Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so basically, there's his training schedule is actually, illustrated in the book. But, you have the nutrition plan as well, but a lot of it is based on motivation and how to apply that motivation, because a lot of people, they know they want to transform, they want to get in shape, but maybe their family holds them back. So I focus on a lot of transparency, how to be transparent with your goals, and the more people that you tell, the more sincerity that you're putting on the line, and then how to become accountable. If you can have somebody that follows along with you, for instance, you may not have somebody within your immediate vicinity, but maybe, you can connect with somebody else at work or online or whatever it may be, how to have that accountability to ensure that you transform over those 12 weeks. So we followed a lot of studies on a site called Body Space, which is like the Facebook for fitness. And we studied these people on how they went from A to a tipping point to B to transform. And that's exactly what we've articulated in this book.
Okay. So does one need to stop eating Indian food to follow this diet?
No, they don't have to stop eating Indian food altogether, but they definitely need to stop eating fried foods, fatty foods, and a lot of starchy, carbohydrate-heavy-based foods. I'm not saying cut out carbohydrates by any means, but a little bit more portion control. So don't have your standard 3 meals, maybe split them up over 6 meals, and if you're going to have that much carbohydrate, have that much protein, have equal amounts. You know what I mean? Not, a little bit of protein, like a little bit of chicken and a huge amount of rice. That's not going to work for you.
Okay. So what about in India? You have a lot of vegetarians. So what diet should they follow if they want?
So basically, for vegetarians, it's just, it's very easy as well. You can go for egg whites without the egg yolks because there's going to be a lot of fat there. You can have whey protein powder. You can have low-fat paneer, cottage cheese, or you can have soy, tofu, anything like that. So you're just mixing up your protein sources from your vegetarian options. We work with a lot of vegetarians here. Of course you're restricted to maybe you can't have any fish, you can't have any poultry or anything like that, but that's pretty much where it stops.
And even though people know about it, they know that fitness is really important, but they're not motivated enough to go out there and start working out. So is there any way that you can
maybe find somebody that'll exercise with you, or find something that's a little bit more fun, or maybe start off with baby steps, because a lot of people may look at the book and think, wow, I've got to do some form of cardio for 20 minutes every single day. Well, if that's not going to work for you, maybe start off 2 or 3 times a week, and then write down your goals, and then I'm going to do another one. So within the book, I've got something called the flow chart. So the F stands for your fixed goals. So you may say, I want to lose like 5 pounds, or I want to go down a dress size, and what's your limitless goals? Well, my limitless goals are that I want to feel more confident, I want to have more strength to play with my children, and what are those opportunities? Well, those opportunities are if I have more energy and more confidence, maybe I'm going to be able to get a better job that I want, or maybe I'm going to find that partner that I've been looking for. And then the end of that flow chart, weaknesses for that W, could be, well, it's that biryani, or maybe it's the curries that I'm always wanting on the weekends, or maybe when I go to a social gathering, I always collapse. So when you write down that flow chart and it's staring you back in the face, it can help you become a little bit more accountable and aware of, of what you should be looking for and what you should be avoiding. And sometimes you have to burn bridges. I'm not saying, divorce your spouse or anything like that, but maybe you need to explain to people around you, look, this is my goal at the moment, this is what I'm trying to do, and then maybe you need to build on other bridges with other people that have like-minded goals,
Okay. So how easy or difficult it was for Hrithik to, carry on his workout during shoots?
It's extremely hard, because a lot of people think, oh, he's a celebrity, he can eat whenever he wants, he can stop. I've worked with several actors here now in India, and I've never met, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, I've never met people that work so hard in my life. It's not as if they have a weekend off. If they're working on a 7-month schedule, maybe they'll have 2 or 3 days off in that time, and they could be on set from like 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes maybe finishing at 6 o'clock in the evening, but it wasn't unusual for some of them to finish at like 10 o'clock that night, 12 o'clock that night, and that would be a very familiar occurrence. But they would still get in their workouts. They would still tell 200 people to stop because they had to take their meal, because I told them you've got to eat now, So for somebody like Hrithik to do that, was totally out of the realms that he'd been used to, and obviously he puts a lot of people first. He does not like to say no. So for him to say no, I've got to do this, and kind of be selfish, but in the long run, it's being the opposite to being selfish, because he's, able to give a better Hrithik Roshan, a better movie production, feel better about himself, and be happier, and, be a person that everybody wants to be around. So, in that regards, it become easy in the end because it become a habit.
Any last fitness tips that you would like to give our viewers?
Fitness tips, I always say the same thing. Find a support group. Of people, if it's not within your immediate vicinity, find them online. Maybe go onto bodybuilding.com or Health India, where you're going to find people that have like-minded goals that you can interact with. And then, secondly, be consistent with those goals. Don't keep searching for the next secret diet, the next secret supplement. Find the program that works for you, like, within this, within the book, but then stay consistent with it. If you're listening to one health expert, don't listen to me. Listen to them for a while and see if it works for you. And then, try something else. But you have to be consistent day in and day out for that goal.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it.